What's up, everybody? My name's Rohit, and today I'm going to show you 3 key components to everlasting change. If you like the world of personal development, if you're always looking to better your skill set for a better tomorrow, subscribe to this channel. Now, before we dive into the 3 things that lead to everlasting change, we need to take a look at why we don't change, as well as why we want to change. So first off, the reason we want to change is we've been achieving certain results in our life based off a certain set of actions. Now, the mindset is if you change your actions, it'll lead to different results. However, this is a short-term solution because what you're doing is, even though you're changing your actions, it's still a conscious decision you have to make every single day. So if you decide you want to start eating healthier, every time you sit down for a meal, every time you're thinking about what to eat, you have to remind yourself to not follow through with the patterns that you've been doing before, but now you need new patterns. And so because you always have to make a conscious decision because it's not a habit yet, eventually what's going to happen is a moment where you stop thinking about that proactively, your subconscious is going to kick in. And what's your subconscious built off? Your past programs and actions, the way that you've always done things. So again, it's a short-term solution, changing actions is, because you have to constantly remind yourself because it's not a habit right now. Now let's take a look at the first component behind everlasting change. And it may seem simple, but it's always the hardest. And that is that you have to decide to change. See, you need to reach a certain point in your life where you realize that your past thinking, your past actions, your past way of doing things just isn't going to cut it anymore. You want a different life. You want a better life. So you have to do things that you weren't doing before. You have to scrap all that and start over again. But here's the thing. You need to change. No one else can change for you. No one else can make that decision for you. And if you are changing yourself based off what someone else says, so someone says you need to be more like this or you need to start doing this, you may change for a little while. But what's going to happen is because it's external, and because someone else is telling that to you, you're going to start gaining resentment towards that person. Because now change takes a lot of work. So say someone comes up to you and says, you need to stop eating out as much and start saving money. Because you have to consciously think about that every single time you make that decision, you're going to start gaining resentment towards that other person. If that change that you want to make is not organic, if you're not truly feeling it, if you're not 100% in with your heart, if you're not fully committed and you're basing it off someone else, it's not going to happen. And sooner or later, you're going to start gaining resentment towards that person, and it's going to negatively impact your relationship. Now, the second key component behind everlasting change is you need to surround yourself with people who are going to help you with your goals instead of hurt you with your goals. Now, a lot of it has to do with the kind of people that you surround yourself with. Now, a recent study asked smokers why they started smoking, and 97% of them said that they started smoking because they were hanging out with someone else who smoked. And so that's how it works. If you are hanging out, spending valuable time with people who are engaged in an activity that you are trying to get rid of, if you're trying to do something different and you continue hanging out with them, sooner or later that peer pressure, as well as just that subconscious thinking of association, is going to kick in. So if you hang out with a group that goes to see movies often, you're probably going to start seeing more movies. If you hang out with a group of people who starts going to the bars more often, you'll probably go to the bars more often. And if you hang out with people who exercise all the time and eat healthy, then you'll be picking up those habits as well. But if you really want to make change, you have to start spending time with people who are in support of your goals that you're trying to achieve. Now, the last component to everlasting change is you must do it immediately and enthusiastically. It's a huge difference between saying that you want to do something, waiting a week, and then doing it. Because what's going to happen is you're going to lose momentum. Right now, you've built up in your mind that you're ready for a change. You want a different life. You want to transform your life. You realize there are certain actions that you need to stop doing and certain different ways of thinking that you need to start implementing in your life. And if you don't make that change immediately, you're going to lose that momentum. So again, make that change immediately and enthusiastically. What happens is you need to start thinking and doing things differently than you've always done it because you want a different result. And that requires work. So by saying certain things like, I have to start doing this now, I need to start doing this now, what's gonna happen is that all that is negative talk. It's a demotivator. So instead of saying, I have to, if you start saying, I get to, or I want to, then that changes everything. It's going to change your mindset because now you're positively reaffirming yourself that the decision that you've made is the right decision for you. So again, change your vocabulary. Instead of saying, I have to or I need to, say I want to and I get to. That simple change is going to go a long ways. So finally, to review the 3 key components to everlasting change. 1, you need to decide that you want to do it yourself. Don't let other people influence you because that's going to lead to a short-term change and it might even lead to resentment, negatively changing your relationship. 2nd, get help by surrounding yourself with people who are in support of your goals and start finding groups and supportive friends who are in alignment with the way that you want to start thinking. And 3, make the impact immediately and enthusiastically. Now, if you like this video and want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe to this channel. I've challenged myself to do a new video every day for the next 365 days. And so the more you like it, the more content I'll be producing.